Hey guys, we're here today at Section 8 Airsoft Field with Ricky, the owner of the field, and everybody knows Scoutthedoggie, though you may not know his face. This is what he officially looks like. Thank you guys so much for having us today.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Now, the first question I got is for Scout. How did you come up with the name Scoutthedoggie? What's the story behind that?
I used to have a white German Shepherd, it was called Scout. So the night I made up the login for YouTube, he was sitting at my feet. And it was going to be Dennis the cat because I had a cat called Dennis.
Dennis the cat.
Or Scoutthedoggie, so I went for Scoutthedoggie, and that's it. Two things to make up the name.
I think you made the right decision.
I think you did,
I don't think that'd be as popular.
Dennis the cat.
I know, yeah. So Scoutthedoggie worked out quite well, I think.
It seems to have worked very well.
It does, so.
And then the next question I have, one for Ricky.
Yeah.
What's it like to own a place like this, with so many acres of forestry, so many players coming every game day?
It's quite a responsibility, but you find that the longer that you do it, it becomes less of a business venture and more of a community. Most of the people that attend the site tend to see themselves as part of a broader family. And you guys have had a bit of an insight into the player base here. And it's a very friendly atmosphere. People will do anything for you. So the site pretty much runs and polices itself by the players. So we basically only do the admin stuff. The build work and everything else, it's a player effort. Obviously there's a reward for the players where we give them free games and food, sometimes beer. But apparently most of them would do it for nothing.
I bet.
Yeah.
Especially in this field.
Yeah, it certainly is. The only problems we've had a few people who are very, very new to the site being lost because of the size of the place.
Yeah, that's
and we've had search parties out at times where somebody's been away for 6 or 7 hours, just disappeared. So it can be quite frustrating at times.
Never found again.
Yeah. So how have you found the gameplay here today? Have you enjoyed yourself?
It's airsoft heaven here. It
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah.
There was never a moment where I was like, oh, I wish I was somewhere else playing it. It was just like,
We so pride ourselves on our hospitality here.
yeah, you guys have been more than welcoming to us. Extremely generous.
It's been a pleasure having you
been
guys
awesome.
here. An absolute pleasure.
It's been our pleasure.
We'd like to see more of our American cousins and mascots coming.
Yeah, that's right.
So, like to see that.
We'll spread the word back in the States.
Thank you very much.
And next question is, how did both of you get introduced to airsoft, and what appealed to you that made you want to stick with it and become more a part of it?
Got into airsoft 10 years ago when one of my friends had a birthday, so I bought a BB gun for him. The gun arrived and I thought, my God, what the heck's this? It was so realistic, and so I looked more into it. Discovered the fort up at Fife, that's owned by Airsoft World, and they says to me, just come up, we've got a site, come up and play. And I went up and it was just incredible, a life changer, really a life changer.
So you started as a player and not behind the camera?
Started as a player. Just went on my own, got to know lots of people who are still my friends 10 years later. It's been a great experience.
Awesome. And you, Ricky?
Mine's is a totally different route into airsoft. I was actually suffering from a very mild form of PTSD, and I was getting treatment. And part of that treatment and therapy, I was watching YouTube videos of paintballers. I tried paintball, I didn't enjoy it, and somebody introduced me to a Scoutthedoggie movie, and I watched Scoutthedoggie on YouTube, and I saw a very young Jai Fraser from the fort running about absolutely mental, shooting people. And through watching Scoutthedoggie films, I got hooked on it. I came here, it was under different ownership at the time, and I got involved then. And after a year, I became general manager. And after that, we took the site over. And ever since then, I've just been so hooked on it. Mainly, I play it as much as I can, but mainly, as I said, I like to mentor the younger people and an element of training involved for the less experienced. So, but I love it. It's great, and thanks to this man, I've been hooked.
So you both helped each other, right?
Yes, very much so. I would like to say that I lived in Africa for a number of years, and through being in Scouts films, people from Africa that have moved to different parts of the world now. I thought I'd lost contact with them, but they saw me in Scout the Doggy films, and I've now reacquainted myself with some really good old friends who I thought I'd lost. Yeah, so that's been quite a revelation as well.
Power of YouTube.
Power of YouTube, yeah, the power of YouTube.
Yeah, honestly. Since you both started playing airsoft or having friends who played it, what's the biggest changes you've noticed between the guns, the gear, and even the player experience?
I would say that there's been a quantum leap in the quality of the manufacture. I think what's happening is because the economics at the moment, where people have less to spend, they're more choosy. They will spend more on a gun, but they're more choosy. I'd like to think that people like ICS who make things like this is at ICS, CXP, APE, and that, it's quite expensive. Retails around about the $500, $600 mark.
Right.
But it's been a quantum leap for ICS in as much as that the manufacture and the quality and reliability in it's so much better than before. I would say that that's probably been people's expectations of their rifles is suddenly being met.
Right.
Where before it was a bit of letdown, cheaper end guns and they weren't manufacturing them properly. The airsoft experience, I think as long as the gameplay is varied, there's loads of pyro involved, and it's quick moving and fast action, and you have people coming again. We don't like to refer to it as speedball because we run some milsim type games as well.
Okay, right.
But walk-on days for us are probably the most popular, where we have anything between 100 and 160 players.
It's crazy.
And that's just a walk-on normal game day. So we must be doing something right. But it also helps to have Scout the Doggie filming on site on a regular basis.
At a great field, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And Scout?
Biggest change for me, same as Ricky, the guns.
The gun?
Far better than when I first started. It was a limited selection, not a lot of good features in the guns, but now you've got blowback, recoil.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. And the pyro, I love pyro.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, who doesn't? Pyrotechnics, lots of bangs. Lots of bangs.
Always keeps it interesting.
Yeah, it does.
And what are the big advances do you think could possibly be in the next 10 or 20 years in the sport? Or where would you like to see improvements?
I would like to see improvement on customer service.
Customer service?
Yeah, especially. Not so much from our local retailers who are really trying their best, but in as much as that the manufacturers need to take on board that there is a downturn in people's spending power, and that they do have limited resources. I would like to see the manufacturers taking on board that they need to up the service to the player. Sometimes the parts and spare parts, very difficult to get. Certain manufacturers, the backup for players is zero to non-existent. It's quite frustrating as a site operator to have a player come up with a brand new gun that's not operating after a week, and then he's finding it very, very difficult to get a repair because the spare parts are not available. There are certain companies that I won't name that work in Europe, they're abysmal. So I'd like to see that improving.
Even myself, I contact manufacturers direct to get help with broken guns and get no reply. That is ridiculous. So if they ignore me, what are they doing to the average player? Just
Yeah, absolutely.
I would like to think that Section 8 have a certain, not clout, but they have a certain voice, where we have a really vast player base. And I feel that the manufacturers should be listening more to us.
Definitely.
I agree.
Yeah.
Sorry, I see Gumby in the rear view, and it's hard not to smile sometimes.
Come in, Gumby. I'm actually quite enjoying Gumby. Gumby's quite a novelty here. We're going to put Gumby in game and have everybody shoot him.
Jump
him
aware for
shooting
that one.
My next question is for Scout. Everybody knows that you spend a lot of time recording the gameplay when you're at the field. Do you still spend a lot of time playing?
No, I don't. I used to play 60% of the time, film 40% of the time. Now it's about play 10% of the time, film 90% of the time, unfortunately. I'm trying to get back into the playing, but it's difficult, unfortunately. People keep wanting to talk.
Right.
So I get held back constantly.
Yeah.
have to go in secret to some sites and play, I think. And covert missions is the only way I'm going to get some peace.
Yeah, we'll get
Go
you a
as Gumby.
Gumby suit.
Goes Gumby, that's
Yeah,
it.
Gumby
That's what I'm
suit.
going to do from
You're
now on.
completely incognito.
Yeah, we'll get you a Gumby suit.
But I love playing airsoft, it's absolutely fantastic. It's the best. Tried paintball, absolute rubbish. Sorry paintballers, but
Yeah.
it's
I
good
actually
fun.
find that as well when I go to other sites, that it's very difficult to actually play because people think they know you because they see you on YouTube and they see you in Scouts films, which really I don't mind doing because I can go to another site and spend 2 hours in the safe area just talking to people and interacting, and that's a really good thing. It's a bit of legacy.
It's great meeting people,
Yeah,
that's the great thing.
yeah.
I've enjoyed
Airsoft.
meeting. Airsoft on YouTube, especially people come up and they're really nice. It's great to meet people, know the change that you've made in people's life, maybe inspired them to play Airsoft. It's just, that's something I really do enjoy. Anyway,
Good on you. And what's your guys' favorite setups, gun and gear, when you play?
That's a hard one.
Maybe not even something you have currently, something you used to have and you miss.
My favourite setup is probably at the moment is the setup that I'm running at the moment.
And what's that?
It's the Warrior kit, the Warrior vest, and the ICS rifles. Really, that's my go-to guns is ICS. My weapon and clothing, Viper.
Viper?
Yeah, Viper Tactical. Boots, trousers, jackets. What I like about them are it's a budget range that's not out with everybody's pocket. So most of the young players starting up generally tend to start with a Viper setup. Trousers, £50. Boots, 100% waterproof, £90. $120 or something.
So well worth the money.
Yeah, well worth the money and very durable. Very durable. And as I say, ICS for the rifles.
I'm much the same as Ricky. Viper, superb stuff, and ICS guns. I love my CXP. I got the new CXP recently with the recoil and blowback. Fantastic. Best gun I've had in a long time. But favourite gun, I would say, MP40.
MP40.
MP40? Can't beat the
Grew up
classics,
watching
right?
war movies, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
if ICS made an MP40, I'd be really
ICS make an AK, and I would love to run an AK.
An ICS, okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll have to contact
I still
ICS.
have a lot of my African kit, and I would like to run an AK with that kit.
Outside of maintaining your site and maintaining your channel and doing everything that involves, do you guys have other hobbies or occupations?
Do we have a life?
Do we have a life? is there life outside Airsoft? I'm actually retired,
Oh, okay.
so I pretty much dedicate my life to the Airsoft scene and martial arts.
Really?
Yeah, I've been a martial artist for 35 years.
Remind me to stay away from you.
No.
Don't get them mad.
No, so, but Airsoft, mainly Airsoft. Mainly Airsoft.
Me, kids. I've got a
Same,
couple of kids,
yeah,
so
family.
family. Yeah, that's about it. Airsoft is the main thing in my life, I would say. Better not tell my kids.
No.
But that's about it.
All right. If you guys were never introduced to Airsoft, just use your imagination. What do you think you would be doing instead? Golf?
No, I tried
Not
golf.
fans of golf?
No. I used to shoot real steel, but the laws changed in this country a number of years ago that was banned. So I'd probably be still dedicating as much time to martial arts classes that I was. But unfortunately, I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease about 7 years ago,
Right.
and that's kind of limited me a bit. So
I'm much the same. I did some martial arts as well before Airsoft. Not as good as Ricky though. He is a master.
35 years. It's a long time.
But, life without Airsoft, my God, I can't even imagine.
I don't know. That would be like life without Gumby.
It would be.
Yeah,
It's just not a life
That's
to
your life
live.
up
Really?
to now.
your life's over.
Now, what can viewers, or even people who visit your site, viewers of your channel, and people who come to Section 8, what can they look forward to for the future? Do you have any big ops coming up? Or
Yeah,
do you have a big
we
project
normally
working on?
we normally run special game days throughout the year. We have a World War II themed game coming up.
When's that?
That's at the end of October. We've got a huge charity game day in November where we raise money for local charities.
Oh, that's great.
So we've always got something on the go. Looking forward to building new structures on site.
Yeah.
We've some really good things in the pipeline. We'll let you know.
All right.
We'll
Please
get
do.
pictures to you soon.
Please do.
Yeah.
Section 8's always been good with charities, eh?
Yeah.
I raise money for the Scouts, for the kids, and Section 8 have been fantastic with that. Lifesaver.
Well done, guys. Well done.
We like to
Help the community.
yeah, help the community. As I said before, Airsoft in this part of the world and through Section 8, it's a vast community, a huge community, massive community. We see them as family.
And
I
especially,
can see
They,
that.
they
from
are,
being
they are
here.
customers, but at the end of the day, a customer becomes a part of the
that's
family.
right. Especially the young ones, eh?
Yes, the
We
young
really
ones.
try to bring them up, get them into Airsoft.
Our,
keep them in
our
family.
main aim is through the staff, Daniel, Owen, our well-known players like Daedalus, Ryan Kay, we try and mentor the young players. As opposed to them coming in, they're the newbie, they're wearing the jeans and the pumps and a sweatshirt and a higher AK. Yeah, you may be doing that, but there's always somebody talking to them,
That's it.
showing them about,
Helping.
them out, and that's just part of the scene for us. That's it. Because that player who comes on as a higher player one day
Right.
is going to be a regular player who, in a few months or a year's time, might be starring in Scoutthedoggie film.
You never know, right?
Yeah, you never know.
Alright.
He can make you famous, you know.
You can. Now, before we end the video, is
Yeah.
there any last words or maybe a question we didn't ask that you'd like to answer, or even just a funny airsoft story you'd like to?
No, what I
talk
would
about?
like to do is I'd like to extend a welcome to everybody, not just from the States, but anybody from across the globe that would like to visit Section 8. If you get here, we'll supply kit, food, drinks, everything you need for a day's airsoft free of charge.
You can't beat that
Just
off.
get here and we'll look after you. And hopefully you'll leave and you'll tell everybody all about us.
Of course, it was well worth the trip.
And
well worth it.
you get to meet Scoutthedoggie.
You get to meet Scout the dog if you come. Hey, Scout, anything?
Oh, basically the same as Ricky. I think that's a great thing that Section 8 really does. We get players here, make sure they have a good time.
We have people
They've
from
travelled
all over the world.
that's it, everywhere. We've had
Everybody.
Israel, Denmark,
Israel.
everywhere.
We've had them from, we had 12 Chinese Republican guardsmen here.
Really?
Yeah, rock up with their Chinese uniforms and play airsoft.
That's awesome.
So we've had them from all over. We've had them from the Philippines, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, everywhere, you name it. America, we've had people over from the States before, Canada. We had people over from New Zealand last game day. They've travelled from New Zealand to play airsoft in
crazy.
Section 8.
Worth it, but crazy.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, but airsofters are crazy. They have to be a bit crazy. I mean, we're dressing up, running about in the woods, shooting plastic pellets at each other. But it's great fun.
Better to be
Yeah,
crazy
lots of
than
fun.
normal.
Yeah, I can assure you. But as I say, I'd just like to thank you for coming across, you and your guys. And anytime you're ever in the area, please, you'll be our guests again. And we hope we've showed you a good day today.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
We enjoyed
Gumby.
it more than could have ever imagined. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thanks for coming.
Thank
Hope
you.
you enjoyed it.
Yeah, hope you've enjoyed it, guys.
Oh, he's dead. Oh, wait, got that good shot you stay doing? I know exactly where he is. Yeah. Here we go. He's good. He's on the guy now.
Can't see him. Rob, I come behind you.
Okay, I'm gonna get you! Ah! Ah!